Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. How are y'all doing today? It's time for our neighborhood chat video. Come on in. Get your drink, your snack. I have a clean house. The lady that comes every couple of weeks to clean my house just left a few minutes ago. So it's all clean, and I'm about ready for you to come over and get your snack. I have lemonade, sweet tea, unsweet tea, milk, coffee. That's about it. Oh, water. I have bottled water. So I have a lot of things if you want something to drink. We have things to snack on, which James is going to make some brownies over there when he gets back from fishing. Yeah, he's fishing. Because he wants the gentleman that pick up our garbage, he likes to leave them a snack outside with their cold water. But anyway, today's neighborhood chat is about how we see ourselves on a daily basis and who we are and who we try to pretend to be. It takes so much effort to pretend to be something you're not. Like, you really feel bad, but you're pretending to feel good, health-wise, or even mentally. You really are not doing well, but you try to pretend to people that you're all happy and everything's okay, and it's really not. Why do we do that? Were we taught to do that? Or did our brain just automatically engage in that as we walk through our journey? Around certain people, we do certain things. I think that's the case. Because do you find yourself acting one way with this group of people and another way with this group of people, depending on who you're with? I think so. I think that happens a lot in life. I just don't want people to be sad for no reason. If you have a valid reason to be sad, angry, whatever, take those moments and be that. But don't stay in it. It's so much easier to say than do, because once sadness or disappointment or depression hits someone, it's so hard to shake it off. But for some reason, happiness and joy and kindness and peace and all that can leave us in a minute. But we want to hang on to sadness, hatred, bullying. We want to hang on to all that. And somehow we don't want to hang on to kindness and joy and love and peace, encouragement. We just want to throw all that out. Why are we like that? I mean, I'm asking you the question. Why do you think we're like that? I think it's our human nature. A lot of people, I say a lot, I don't know how many, they do not prefer my channel because I'm always upbeat and positive, and they don't think a person can stay that way all the time. I'm not that way all the time. I'm not. I take my blows when they come, and they come. I've been knocked down a couple of times, and I've had my so-called 72 hours, 3 days. 3 days you have to meditate and sulk and be sad about it, and then it's time to move on. And some things, there are exceptions. You have a little bit longer. But just your everyday things that are put in your way to make you stumble and stop and pay attention, 72 hours, and then it's time to move on to the next thing that's going to happen, because I can guarantee something else is going to happen, good or bad, especially on YouTube. You ever notice that? You'll watch a channel and this person will be, woo, man, everything's going good. And then the next video they put out, I just don't see light at the end of the tunnel. I just don't know how I'm going to make it. Why? Why are we like that? If we honestly believe in a higher power, and I do, and mine is a Christian faith, how can I not believe that the days are going to get better if I want them to? Now, I think the Lord above is going to let me sulk and be sad and be angry and all I want, because he's not going to go against my will, because I have a free will. And he's not going to go against that. So really it's left up to me whether I allow joy, peace, happiness, kindness, love, above all things, control my life. It's entirely up to me. Does that take practice? It takes a lot of practice. And that's why a lot of people don't want to do it. They don't want to do it because it takes time to really become that person. But boy, does it have its rewards. Yep. Doesn't mean you're not going to ever have any more sad times or bad times. It just means you're going to look at them totally different when they come your way. They're not going to look so big anymore. You ever notice when you were a child, things look bigger? James and I were talking about this the other night. My grandfather taught me how to drive a stick shift truck, a standard. Well, right beside my grandmother's house was this hill that he would take us on. And in a standard, you roll back and you tap the clutch and you change gears. That hill looks so tall. And I never wanted to go up that hill. And I always say, Papa, let's don't go right, let's go left. Because if I went left, there was no hill. And he's like, no, we're going to go right. Because you're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Now, when I ride by this street that I used to drive that truck up that hill doesn't look so big anymore. But as a child, it looked huge. And I think that's how we look at our problems. That they're not as big as we think they are. But to us, they look like they're gigantic. Some are larger than others. And then as we conquer them, and we look back, and I look back at my 30s, the things that used to bother me in my 30s and 40s, I look back now and think, why did I worry about that? It wasn't that big of a deal. So now that I'm in my late 50s, I'm thinking, is anything really a big deal? Does anything that could happen really that big of a deal? It matters. Of course it matters. Everything you go through matters, because you're going to learn a lesson through it if you allow yourself. But if you don't, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go through that same thing again. So let's just go with the premise that nothing matters. And when I say nothing matters, I mean to the extent to worry so deeply about it that we get physically sick. Because if we have faith in God, and like I said, Christianity is my faith, we believe that everything's going to be handled the way it should. Is it all going to turn out like a bed of roses? No, it can't. Because our world is full of darkness. And that's for a whole nother video. But you can have joy and peace and love and happiness. And you can even have that on YouTube, believe it or not. If people would just focus on what they want to accomplish and quit trying to tear someone else down on another channel or talk about someone on another channel. Why are you so worried about it? I mean, why are you so worried about what another channel is doing? If you are, then you need to internalize and look at yourself and see where you need to mature, because you ought to be able to go through these YouTube channels, and if it's really a community, you should be able to be happy for the people that are doing greater things than your channel's doing. Or you ought to be willing to contribute to other channels to make them better, and they should want to contribute to yours. And that means support, like watching your videos, watching your live chats, watching videos like this one that I'm making, and agree to disagree. If you don't agree with everything I'm saying, I don't have a problem with that. Disagreeing is what makes the world go around. What makes it unhealthy is when it becomes an attack or gossip about you in a negative way. I never really understood about gossip. I never really understood why people wanted to get up here and then they thought others should be here. And then they would do anything to get to the top. Top of what? I mean, really, are you ever really at the top of anything except within yourself to reach goals? I mean, some people want to control others. That, I don't get that. That is a big responsibility. Some people want to hurt other people. Some people want to lie on other people for no reason. Now, if you could turn all that negativity into positive things, boy, what we could accomplish. But for some reason, it doesn't feel good to do that. Some people feel good when they're hurting others, when they are bullying others, when they are controlling others. They feel superior. I don't get that. I'm glad I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I don't want to be around anybody that does that. I don't prefer that company. Do I still love the person? Of course, and I'm praying for them. But I don't want to be in a circle, with them as far as a friendship. I don't want that. Will I talk about them? No, I won't. And just because I don't talk about a lot of things that I see in people doesn't mean that I don't see it. Check yourself. Evaluate who you are. Do you want to be any different than you are now? Or are you satisfied with who you are? Not looking over here at this other person and saying, well, I'm better than them. I don't do this, this, and this. Or that person thinks they're high and mighty and they're better than I am. No. Look at what you need in order to be the better you. What do you need? Some people are just trying to survive. They're just trying to make it from day to day and just trying to live. They don't have time to search who they really are. But what you don't understand, if you find that person, it won't be so big of a struggle on a day-to-day basis. Because you're going to know what the next step is that you should take in your life. When you start focusing on what you want for you and not what others tell you you should want. You know, other people have a tendency to tell you who to like, who to love, who to dislike, what foods you should like. I can't imagine somebody telling me what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And me actually doing it. There's a lot of people that are not free in this world. They think they are. They have people controlling them. People telling them what to do, how to act, who to be friends with. And you're bound. You know, you're bound up. You're afraid to say anything because you might hurt that person's feelings. They might be mad at you. You might not be liked. Who cares? Who cares? More freedom comes when you allow yourself to be you where you are on your journey. Now, 10 years from now, I'm not going to be the same person that I am now because I'm going to be more mature than I was at this very moment. But right now, where you are on your journey, you should look at yourself and say, I want more. Or, it's time for me to rest. I'm tired. Figure out where you are. Love that person. Love yourself. And then you're going to begin to change. And it's going to be for the good. But I hate to tell you, the first thing you have to do is you have to forgive people. Yeah, I know. And as long as you think forgiveness is for the other person, you're not going to do it. But forgiveness is for you and me. It has nothing to do with the person that has done an offense to you or done something harmful or horrible to you. Are you saying that what they did to you is right if you forgive them? No, by no means. It just means that you want to move on with your life without being attached to that person. Think about it. As long as you don't forgive someone, they're on your mind. You're trying to think of ways that maybe you can get back at them or do something to them. So they're taking up space in your head. Why are you allowing that? I know it hurts. I've been hurt by people also. But then I got mature enough to think, why does this matter? They are going on with their life. They've not given me a second thought. And I have sat in this house and I have thought about them and give them space in my head. This was years ago that I did this. And then one day I just said, it's time for them to move out. They're not paying rent anymore. And once I actually let it go, I never felt so free in my entire life. So I'm telling you, let it go. Let it go. I always enjoy these neighborhood chat videos. And I hope you do too. Because all I want us to do is come together and do some deep thinking about how we can make a difference in this world. If it's only in just one person, one thing we say can change another person's life forever. That's what's important. Don't be a negative Nancy. Be a positive person. Not in a fake way, but just to the point where you say to yourself, I'm going to have joy. And there's a lot of difference in having joy and being happy. Happiness only lasts for a day or so. Joy lasts forever. So as you go through each day, wake up with the thought of, no matter how bad my circumstances look today, I am going to find the good in the day that I'm about to live. Whether I have to go outside and watch the spring flowers bloom, the birds singing, the sun coming up, I'm going to find something good in my day. And then tomorrow, I'm going to find two things that are good. And that way, you're changing your perception. And you know, our perception is our reality. So start changing your reality today. Look around and think of 10 positive words instead of negative words. And with that being said, neighbor, here's something positive for you. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. I choose that. You know, love is a choice. And it's real. Like, share, become my neighbor. I'm trying to get to 1,600 neighbors. Because the more, the merrier. I'm very inclusive and not exclusive. I have so many people here on YouTube that I just adore. I love them. I probably will never meet them in person, but I love them to death. Thank you all for being a part of my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Until next time, this has been our neighborhood chat. Bye, neighbor.